Welcome everyone to my channel. I'm Kurchella, and I don't know how often I'll be posting here. You'll get to know me somehow eventually. Okay, so on Sunday, December 6th, I had one of the best times of my life. My college friends, Justin, Jackson, Sarah, Debbie, and Deborah, who I happen to call the Double D's. It was about an hour to get to Metropolitan Park, where the festival was at, and once we got there, we figured we might as well go to McDonald's to eat sausage McMuffins. I was riding with Jackson and Justin, and Jackson, she really needed a Kodak camera, and of course, we all needed some water. So I kept warning them, it's gonna be hella expensive in there. Then I had my concert anxiety, because when we got back to Metropolitan Park, the crowds were way more massive and went around the nearby stadium. We got in line just in time.
You look super fly.
I'm in line right now with Jackson, flashing Justin's Polaroid. Justin's like really bugged out at us. I bought $10 cheese fries when we got in there. $10 when we got inside. And then my hippies and we just wanted to chill for the first half of the festival. We looked around for a spot to put our blanket on, and I picked this tree that was by the sound booth. And then I told my hippies, hey, I gotta go get my merch now before the line gets super long. So I went. Somebody who was with the X1029 radio station was herding my friends together, and he said, hey, do you guys want to meet the band Paris? And I caught them right before they left without me. Just told us no phones, but I'm about to meet the band Paris. Holy moly! We were then escorted to the VIP section of the festival, and I couldn't contain myself at that point. I annoyingly shouted, I'm gonna meet Paris! And at that moment, I tried not to regret the fact that I couldn't see their awesome White Noise album hanging around some other black merchandise at first. I mean, I wish I'd bought their album. Never thought that I would feel like this. Not long after, Debbie, her sister Sarah, and I, we saw Borns from the back of the side stage, which was already getting really crowded. And his music is like glam rock, and he even reminds me of Robert Plant, the lead singer from Led Zeppelin. And just... set, Debbie and Sarah left me behind to go see Coleman Hell, because I told them I still wanted to see Saint Motel, which was up next. Saint Motel was sound checking at the same time as Coleman Hell's performance was going on, which was weird because this year the Big Ticket Festival's main stage and side stage happened to be right next to each other. Saint Motel's lead singer AJ Jackson was grooving really freaking hard, and they were rocking out. Unfortunately, the X Ambassadors were the one band I also wanted to see, but I had to sacrifice due to the lineup at the Big Ticket in order to get a nice spot to eventually see The Neighborhood pretty close on the main stage. I could have been front row for that show. Hopefully I don't regret missing the X Ambassadors. I went back to my group of hippies who had split to see Paris live. And then Justin and we went to go get drinks. I had a plan, like many others, to be as close as humanly possible for 21 Pilots. Everybody wants to hold up Tyler or hold Josh's drum set, but my foolish butt didn't bring my water or Sprite with me when I entered the main stage. So for the next 7 hours, I got super dehydrated. I entered the main stage from the left side when Paris was doing their encore. I wasn't the only one who needed to see the neighborhood, I guess. Some girls behind me at St. Motel's performance kept saying that they were gonna leave to go join the main stage crowd. Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness was a fun act to be in the crowd for, despite some of my more experienced concert friends saying that he was a snooze fest. He crowd surfed for minutes, and he had a huge parachute like the ones we used to play with in elementary school, and he had balloons that popped confetti. For the neighborhood was hell. I don't mean Coleman hell either. People walked their way to the barricade just to get out.
I'm trying to get in there.
Others threw up in between sets. Saw one girl get a seizure around me, and people had to help her get out of the crowd, and then at least 20 people just crowd surfed out of there. The pushing got so bad that Tank, the radio personality on X1029, came on the main stage, and he had to stop the crowd while he shouted, "Yo, yo, 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 what's up everyone? Hey, you guys are wild, but give each other some space. Let people breathe. The neighborhood is coming on very soon." And everyone ignored that demand as much as some of us tried to move back and give each other space. Well, I guess everyone was thinking. When the neighborhood came on at around 4:30, there were some sound problems. I mean, we couldn't really even hear most of the band throughout the whole set. They switched mics on Jesse Rutherford 5 times in the middle of his singing throughout the performance, and Jesse, he was wildin' like a drunk Uncle Hipster Johnny Bravo type dude. In other words, he was wiped out like we were. Some really awesome and funny gay guy nearby kept screaming, "Jesse's my daddy! Tyler Joseph is my daddy! I'm so gay for you, Jesse!" And then the crowd became 21 times more mellow because it took another 2 hours for Walk the Moon to come on. Tank came back on the stage, and now he said, "I'd rather drink Charlie Sheen's blood than miss this festival," and the whole crowd went woo, and it was honestly really weirdly ironic to me, considering that Nicholas Patrikalas, who I swear I saw him watching Andrew McMahon's performance, came out to the Circle of Life along with the rest of the band. Everybody was getting increasingly exhausted, but I just kept dancing with my hands sore, and I filmed some footage with my hands all the way in the air, and people were telling me, "Can you please put your hands down?" when I was gonna stop anyways. You know something? I just told them. It also happened to be guitarist Kevin Ray's birthday, and we all sang happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Baby, happy birthday, dear Kevin. Happy birthday to you.
Sweat, shivers, and sore bones were everywhere to be found. I wasn't the only one who wanted to sit down in our spots now that the pushing was mostly over. I was freaking out myself because I was in the perfect spot to help lift up Joshua Dunn's drum set.
Yeah. They probably all go on Sunday. I think they're all going to play around this.
Of Monsters and Men had an even more mellowed out crowd, and I decided to save as much energy as I could. I didn't know that they had so many band members. I was taken to the Icelandic volcano side, and their mostly acoustic set was glorious. But people still turned up for little talks. Thankfully, nobody crowd surfed their way through that song, or else we would have dropped them due to how tired we were getting. 8 people sat down right on my feet, and I couldn't even stretch to the sky because it got so crowded. Water was being handed out to a very select few, and nobody around me was close enough to get it. I honestly thought I was gonna have an anxiety attack. I had to hold back my panting diaphragm while girls said it was gonna be so worth it, and I just held onto my spot. And thousands started singing T.O.P. songs and chanting for T.O.P. while we waited. The lights shone and Heavy Dirty Soul came on at the 21st hour of the night. This was their 3rd time at the Big Ticket Festival, and it was the charm alright. Nobody could help it or resist the sense of unity that was there.
Take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you.
The crowd has so much energy. Everyone knew all the words. It really struck me to hear 10,000 people sing that we have problems. Lane Boy was active AF too. And half of their set was already done when Joshua Dunn got on the drums on top of the crowd for the first time. At first, I thought, damn it, I hoped I'd be super close, but I was also just so blown away at the same time. Josh looked towards our direction, and he looked at us like he was a pirate on the sea.